Welcome back. Thanks for joining. I've got a little downtime shop here today. I'm waiting on some parts for some projects, so figured I'd take a little time out of my day and give you guys a good walkthrough, walk around, overview, whatever you want to call this supercharged pickup that I have that everybody just seems to freaking love. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what makes this thing tick and show you guys that it's really nothing special. Man, it's just a pickup. Let's dig in and see what makes it tick. And I figured the best place to start with something like that is the rear end. So here we are. Present to you a pretty little stock 10 bolt. Just no fancy cover. Just a Detroit True Track in there. It's been rebuilt. I've got good bearings in there. Currently I'm running a 373 gear, but last year I was running a 430. The 373s are definitely a lot better on the highway and a lot nicer. You will also see some QA1 shocks there. Yeah, those are pretty nice. And this is really going to get some of y'all. This is what I'm making this truck breathe through. It only has one tailpipe. That's it. Imagine the power gains we can get with some good exhaust. Yeah, look at that. One single pipe. Bam. All right, let's move forward. Another question that I get asked about a lot: what kind of wheels are those? Those are D-clads. Those were GMC wheels that had a plastic chrome cap on them. Knocked them off, had them powder coated, and there you go. And also, before anybody says anything, yeah, this thing needs some tires. I cannot keep tires on the back of this thing. Can't imagine why. And then here we are in front of the rear end looking back. You can see a drive shaft hoop there for the rear drive shaft. Inside that tank over there is a Hellcat 525 pump. There's some more of that beautiful single exit exhaust. Got some Caltrax there for the rear end. Help it hook up a little bit. Got a flex fuel sensor over there. I've got another drive shaft loop for the front drive shaft. And there is a homemade 4L80 swap crossmember I've got there. And here we are at the transmission. That right there is a stock 4L80 with a shift kit, an HD2 shift kit. That's all that thing is, and it has been tough as all get out. It's a yank converter in there. I like it. It's been a good one. It's a 3200 triple disc. Oil pan. Looks like I got an oil leak somewhere too. How about that? Oh, and also, yeah, that is water from the air conditioner, because you darn right we got an air conditioner. It's Oklahoma. Black truck, yeah. I gotta have my AC. So let's move on under the hood. Here we are. It's a stock bottom end LQ4. There's a 6.0 with dish top pistons. That is what is moving this thing. We've got some PRC stage. I think they're 1.5 heads from Texas Speed. I didn't spring for the valves. We just reused stock valves. They did a valve job on them. Double valve springs, of course, push rods. There's a Cletus McFarlane Bald Eagle boost cam in that thing. Got a 240 pulley on the blower. The blower stock, the brick is stock. We've got an LSX Innovations belt drive. Those dudes have been awesome. They've given me some pretty awesome customer support. If I had it to do over again, though, I'd probably go with a different brand of belt drive, just because of this little pulley right here. Oh, that dude right there has cost me a lot of grief. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how many times I've replaced that guy. Basically, I guess I'm just too hard on it. I don't know. But I would go with a different style of a drive that has a little bit bigger of a pulley there. But yeah, that's under the hood. There's a stock Bosch intercooler pump right there. Got a GT 500 heat exchanger on it. Yep, 4 parts on a Chevy. Got an ice box right here, which is awesome, but I'm not going to open it because this lid, I hate that lid. It sucks to close, but I love the box itself. It does really nice. Throw a bunch of ice in there, and man, your IATs are pretty nice there for a minute. The engine is dirty. I really still haven't cleaned up much from race week, but this is under the hood. We've got electric fans. This intake right here is actually off of a 99 to 02 Silverado. If I remember right, I think it's a K&N. I don't know, but I just got lucky and I figured I would see if I can get it to fit in there, and it fit. And it looks pretty all right in there. So that's what I'm using for my intake. I've just got a 4-inch air filter down there. Man, I've done 2 race weeks with this thing and it's been a great air intake setup. We've got a bigger pulley on the alternator because I was spinning that thing too fast last year, and above about 6,200 I was losing charge. Losing charge, you can't charge or you can't power your fuel pumps. Stuff goes lean, bad things can happen. Fortunately we caught that though, and there we go. That's our fix. It's been wonderful since. So there you go. There's under the hood. Let's move on to the inside. And here's the inside. It's full interior truck. There's nothing back seats in it. These are leather seats that are like 9-way power. They're heavy. We've got heated seats. Power windows, locks, of course. We've got a Denali cluster in here just because I think they look nice. Got an AM wideband. I don't like these gauges, or I don't love these gauges, but I like them. They're not fancy, but they're reliable and they work. This is just a cheap Amazon boost gauge is all that is. Up here I've got an ultra gauge. Kind of keep an eye on stuff. Got a stereo. Got automatic climate control. A little bit better picture of that boost gauge there. Here's my ultra gauge. I love that thing. Denali cluster. We've got transmission temperature in there, and the whole 9 yards. Nice full center console. I mean, this is a nice truck inside, y'all. I've got all my racing gear in here with me at all times. I'm pretty well ready to rock and roll. Heck yeah. And did I mention that it's got a good stereo in it? That's a Memphis 10. That thing pounds pretty alright for what it is. Yeah. Hashtag street truck. So there you have it, folks. I think that covers pretty well everything about this truck, this setup, this year. Next year we might have a different setup on it. I wouldn't count on it though. We'll probably be sticking with that LSA for a while. Eventually I'd like to put I'll put a 2650 on it or something like that, but that's probably a few years down the road. For now though, this little 1.9 LSA, man, it's a riot. We have our best time of the year so far, and it was in some pretty good hot summer air. It was an 11.7. It's still shifting it pretty low. I was taking it pretty easy. So I definitely feel like 11.5s are in it. I was breaking out in the 12.0 class in Texas on race week on a street tune. I think it's like 18 degrees of timing, and this thing was wanting to run high 11s on that much timing. So I'm excited to see what this thing will do later on this year. We get some good air in here, throw some timing at it, and see what she'll do. So stay tuned. I bet we've got hopefully some faster videos coming this year. We'll see. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining, guys.